The hole was not supposed to be there. Harold had been farming this land for 51 years. He knew every inch of it. He did not know about the old well. Harold went in feet first. He fell 9 feet. Duke was 3 meters away when it happened. He reached the hole's edge in 2 seconds. He looked down. Harold looked up. That was when Harold understood that Duke was going to be the difference between going home and not going home. Harold was 79 years old. He had worked this land in rural Georgia since he was 28 years old. 51 years of the same red Georgia earth under his boots. He grew vegetables, collard greens, sweet potatoes, butter beans, not for profit, for the people in his community who needed them. His wife Ruth had helped him for 38 of those years. She had died 4 years ago. His daughter had asked him to come live with her in Atlanta. He had said, "This land needs me." Duke had been on the farm for 8 years. He had appeared one morning, a large, shaggy dog, hungry and road-worn, sitting at the farm gate. Harold had fed him once. Duke had never left. He knew Harold's gait, his schedule, his habits. He had learned Harold the way Harold had learned the land, by being present, every day, without fail. At 8:47 a.m., he took a step. The ground gave way. Not gradually, all at once. Harold had 1 second of understanding what was happening. Then he was falling. He hit the packed earth at the bottom and felt his right ankle give way. And something in his left hip. He lay still for a moment. He looked up. Above him, a circle of morning sky, and at the edge of the circle, looking down, Duke. Harold said, "All right, think." The walls of the hole were old packed earth, dry and dense. He tried to find handholds. His right ankle would not bear weight. His left hip was screaming. He tried anyway. He got 8 inches up the wall. The earth crumbled. He went back down. He tried again. 6 inches. The earth crumbled. He sat on the floor of the old well and breathed. He said, "I can't get up." He said, "I need help." Duke tried to come down. He put his front paws over the edge of the hole. Harold said, "No! No, Duke! Stay!" Duke stopped. Harold said, "Go! Go get help!" Duke did not move. Harold understood. Duke had never left the farm. In 8 years, he had never crossed the fence line alone. Harold said, "Go, Duke, go!" Duke looked at the fence. He looked at Harold in the hole. He looked at the fence again. He did not go. Harold closed his eyes. He thought. The mathematics were not good. Nobody was coming. Nobody would know to come until Friday, at the earliest. Above him, Duke's face. He had not moved from the edge. In 2 hours, he had not moved from the edge. Harold looked at him for a long time. He said, "You're a good dog." He said it quietly. He meant it as a complete sentence. It was at the 3-hour mark that Duke left. Harold heard him the sound of his paws moving away from the hole's edge. He felt the absence immediately. He had not realized how much Duke's presence at that edge had been holding him together. He called his name. No answer. He was alone. Completely alone. For the first time in 8 years, Duke was not there. Harold said, "All right." He kept saying it. It was the only thing he had left to say. Thomas was on his porch when he saw the dog. Duke was standing at the end of Harold's driveway, barking. Thomas said, "Harold?" Duke barked. Thomas was 63 years old and had known Harold for 30 years. He did not hesitate. He got in his truck. Duke ran ahead of him down the road. Duke led him straight to the eastern field. Thomas stopped the truck at the field edge. He called Harold's name. From somewhere in the field below the field, Harold's voice. "Here! I'm here!" Thomas found the hole in 30 seconds. He looked down. Harold looked up. Harold said, "Took you long enough." Thomas laughed. It was the most relieved laugh of his life. Duke was at the hole's edge again, his amber eyes on Harold, his tail moving. Harold held the rope. He held it and looked at Duke and said, "Good boy." He said, "You went." Duke's tail moved harder. Harold's daughter Drew from Atlanta that afternoon. She said, "Daddy, you have to come live with me." Harold said, "Duke can come?" She said, "Yes." Harold said, "All right then." In 30 years of asking, he had never said, "All right then." Duke slept at the foot of Harold's hospital bed for 6 days. He still sleeps at the foot of Harold's bed in his daughter's house in Atlanta. He still does. Harold said, "Every time I thought about stopping thinking, stopping planning, I thought about his face up there at the edge." His daughter said, "And that helped?" Harold said, "That was everything." He said, "A man can get through most things if something that loves him is still watching." Harold said he didn't know what to do at first. He said, "Neither did I," he said, but he figured it out. He said it with a pride that had nothing to do with himself. The kind of pride you feel for something that surprised you, something you thought you knew completely. That turned out to be more than you knew. Duke's tail moved once under the table. He always knew when Harold was talking about him. He had always known. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to Bound to Survive. A new story every week.